All right, Joe, March 19th, 2016. Man, we are 6 weeks away, 42 days away from Heroes versus Villains.
PK, I'll tell you something, I can't wait. We have the biggest show of the year, just 42 short days away, PK, and I'll tell you something, I cannot wait because I know everybody's going to be here to listen to the Wolverine timbre of my voice, baby.
Well, Joe, regardless of that, it's going to be on April 30th, and I'm looking forward to it. Now, Joe, we had a great announcement here tonight. CEO and owner, our boss, Bobby Popham.
Your boss.
Came out here and he announced the beginning of OSWA.TV.
That's right, it is on, everybody. OSWA.TV. Tune in because we are the next CBS, we are the next USA, we are the next TNT, we are the next everything, PK.
Well, Joe, as we're listening during this announcement, who came out? Slim J.
PK, Slim J, one of the greatest I've ever seen enter into the indie circuit. And I'll tell you something, it was an honor to have him here tonight.
It was great, and he said, man, I'm throwing in my hat for Heroes versus Villains. So I'm looking forward to see how he performs on April 30th. But then he also faced another newcomer, Troy Hunt.
That's right, I'll tell you something, Troy Hunt, both of them, very amazing athletes, BK. I saw both of them do an incredible match, and BK, I'll tell you something, they are in awesome shape, and I think they are setting a new bar for the OSWA superstars.
Well, Joe, we had matches that were setting us up for the Heroes versus Villains on April 30th. Yeah. We had Logan Adams, a newcomer, who wins the #1 spot for the corporate championship.
I love it, BK. A newcomer, he comes in, he's ruthless, he's aggressive, he doesn't care what damage he wreaks on the OSWA. He went in there, he cleaned house all over those two, Will Caution and Adrian Phillips. Adrian Phillips, no surprise, but Will Caution cleaned house on him, and now he is the #1 contender for the corporate title.
You mean he cleaned house on Will Caution?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, you said that Will Caution cleaned house on him.
Did I?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I knew what you meant. Don't worry.
Well,
I'll clean up your mess like I've always done.
Oh, well, you shut up, PK.
Well, Joe, what was real interesting, though, was that Brody Dillinger then cashed in his golden ticket to face Curtis Coleman.
That's right.
For the corporate championship.
Bad boys,
but Curtis Coleman all of a sudden hurts his knee. And so Jake Hughes then has to fill in for him. And so Brody Dillinger winds up getting pinned by Jake Hughes when other members of the Bad Boys Club, or what I like to call the traveling sister of the Ya-Ya Sisterhood fans.
What Bad Boys? BK, that's like calling the Four Horsemen the Barbershop Quartet. Don't even catch those
Barbershop Quartet. I got to remember that one.
Oh, well, you shut up,
BBQ, I guess. But anyways,
it.
Joe, the bottom line is they held down the feet of Brody Dillinger while Jake Hughes pinned him. So, Joe, now I got to wonder.
Bottom line is he lost. Bottom line is he blew. Brody Dillinger blew his chance to cash in his golden ticket. He lost, BK. He lost his chance, and the Bad Boys Club, the Bad Boys Club, got more gold with that golden ticket. We claimed it, PK, like Vikings. We went in there, we pillaged, and we took the spoils.
Well, so now I wonder if OSWA management is going to review the tape and see what I saw and all the fans saw, which you seem to have missed because of the dark sunglasses and the lack of LASIK.
What?
That basically what I wonder is, I wonder if when the OSWA management reviews this, if all of a sudden Heroes versus Villains, it's going to be Logan Adams versus Curtis Coleman versus Brody Dillinger in a triple threat match at Heroes versus Villains for the corporate championship.
Well, first of all, don't give Mr. Arthur Fonzarelli...
And what if the Bad Boys Club was excluded from ringside?
PK, don't feed any ideas into Anthony Fonzarelli. He's too busy with this freaking garage boy band anyway.
Well, Joe, interesting that you bring up our commissioner, Anthony Marinelli. Marcus Adams and Patrick Samuels, members of the Royal, their tag team had to give up their belts back due to legal maneuvering back to CTMD. And so now they're at the bottom, and they both face singles action here tonight. And what was interesting was after Patrick Samuels beat Chad Wood by disqualification, a video was played where Anthony Marinelli challenges Jonathan Feltner to a match at Heroes vs. Villains, but Jonathan Feltner never gave us an answer as to whether he was going to face Anthony Marinelli or not.
Exactly, because BK, you know that any smart, savvy businessman like Jonathan Feldman, you know he would say...
Feldman or Feltner?
Feltner, PK, will you shut up? I'm trying to...
Is he related to Corey Feldman?
Oh, stop it, PK.
Does he have a license to drive? Hey, just wondering. So anyways...
PK, will you shut up? Like, here's what I'm trying to say, is that every savvy businessman like him knows that When you let me do... Oh! BK, look. Whenever any savvy businessman gets some sort of deal, or he's given an offer...
Their third attempt at saying this, go ahead.
They always give themselves 24 hours to review. All right, that's being very smart. It's being very strategic. Jonathan Feldman? Stop it. Jonathan Feltner, by the way, one of the greatest guys in the OSWA and a heart of gold, definitely will do the right thing when he weighs all the pros and cons.
Well, Joe, then we had the Irish Redneck Alliance, Jimmy Lee, and Ken O'Sullivan.
Fish.
They took on the book club with James Boulevard and one of his underlings, or minions he likes to call them, to be the number one contenders for the tag team titles. The IRA, they won, and now they're going to take on CTMD at Heroes vs. Villains.
Yeah, well, good luck there, McTrash. Let me tell you something. You're going to go in there, you're going to want to face Chad Wood and the big, giant tower.
If Tower shows up, they never seem to be at the same place at the same time.
BK, I'm trying to say something here.
Sorry, I'm just making a point.
The point is, Ken O'Sullivan, you and your trashy companion, you're going to lose. You're going to sob in your Guinness and listen to some Enya, and nothing compares to you from Sinead O'Connor, and cry, and then go and eat a potato and go to sleep on your lily pad.
That just seems like a personal confession from you. But anyways, so then we had Z and Keith Cage team up in a tag team, and they went up against Curtis Coleman, who had a miraculous recovery and was able to wrestle.
I'm a believer.
Against and Jackson Carter. It was great because Z and Jackson Carter wind up fighting out of the arena, up the entrance ramp, and out into the locker room. And Joe, what I'm wondering is, I am looking forward to Heroes vs. Villains on April 30th when Z Williams and Jackson Carter face each other in a Falls Count Anywhere match.
Yeah,
because obviously the ring can't contain these guys.
Well, of course not. They're both monsters. Could you imagine anything in the elevator trying to hold those two? It ain't gonna happen.
Well, Joe, what's real interesting was Brody Dillinger comes out. And at that time, Keith Cage executes his finishing maneuver and winds up getting the pin on the Bad Boys Club.
Curtis Coleman got him from behind, a man who started having problems again with his knee.
Conveniently.
No, not conveniently.
It's just a trick knee?
Is it a trick
trick knee, like, whenever I'm going to have some kind of resistance? Okay.
The point is that he took a man who was injured, attacked him from behind, rolled him over for a pin, and that little Zach Morris wannabe got a cheap victory. Well, congratulations to you, Mr. 7th grade sensation. But you know what? Just because you weigh as much as a large bag of dog food now, it doesn't make you any more of a heavyweight in the OSWA.
Well, Joe, then we had the White Knight versus Rod Bolt for our main event for the Ultimate Championship. And Joe, I'll tell you something. I cannot believe the White Knight.
Match.
The White Knight, in my opinion, yes, he won.
Yeah.
He won by making Rod Bolt submit to a Peruvian necktie.
New champion.
But Joe, I think the White Knight is starting to lose it. Because the way he acted, he kind of threw away all of his morals and threw away his code of fighting.
Morals?
Yeah, and went ahead and just attacked the surgically repaired neck of Rod Bolt instead of once again trying to have a straight-up match.
BK, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Every champion, or a man who has the heart of a champion, knows how to tap into all of the resources.
Well, Joe, it's really unfortunate because, after he pinned Rod Bolt, he went to attack him again, put him in 2 more Peruvian neck times when Chris Damien came out. And basically, as soon as he came in the ring, the White Knight exited the ring, kind of like the roaches do at your apartment when I flip on the lights in your kitchen.
Apartment?
And he winds up running out of the ring, and Chris Damien goes, "Look, I'm taking you on Heroes vs. Villains." And he's going to make him pay for what he did to Rod Bolt.
Oh, whoa. Pray me the cry of God. Let me tell you something, PK. Chris Damien has never faced anybody. Chris Damien has never faced anybody like the White Knight Surf Facade. He is our champion. He is a true athlete. Chris Damien, you've lost your edge. You lost it a long time ago, and I'll guarantee it to all you ham and eggers out there, you are not going to see a new champion come Heroes versus Villains.
Well, Joe, it'll be real interesting because I'll tell you something. Our next show is on April 2nd. It's going to be here at the O Arena. It's going to continue our ramp up to Heroes versus Villains. I'm looking forward to it. You can follow the action, Facebook.com/OSWA Entertainment. You can follow the action as well on YouTube.com/OSWA Entertainment. But best of all, you can now go straight to us, OSWA.TV. You can see prior shows. You can see Soul Survivor in its entirety. And more importantly, you'll be able to keep up on the happenings of the O show in between these 2-week periods in which we have the live events. Folks, we appreciate our fans, and we look forward to seeing you on April 2nd.